It's Journal 4, December 2nd, 2023. It is very late. I need to be asleep immediately. But woke up today completely disoriented. I did not want to get up, and I had quite a big task this morning. I needed to help one of the clients for the cleaning business that I work for move some furniture. It was a little side job. And the help that I had gotten ended up not coming. So it was a painful morning. I didn't get any breakfast and I completely procrastinated up until the very moment I needed to leave. It was just messy, and it was a long drive. And I had some anxiety building because the people that these clients aren't necessarily average people. Let's just say that. But it ended up being not that bad. All the furniture was relatively light, and yeah, I was only there about an hour, but it was like a 40-minute drive from my house. It was a pretty nasty day out today, just a moist day. But yeah, like caffeine wasn't really helping me. I really only had time to bring a protein bar, so I was starving. Yeah, my brain, wasn't really active this morning. It's kind of just on autopilot. Kind of been on autopilot this whole day today. After that, I went to the gym with my friend who was back in biceps. Pretty standard. Relatively good pumps in both muscle groups. My friend and I were goofing off a little bit, just making stupid names, silly names, like Drew Ondawall. Yeah, that was my favorite, I think. I returned home very, very tired at this point, and I needed some fuel. And what do? I eat chips and salsa. Like, good snack, tasty snack, but is this what I need? Probably not. Um and at this stage, I don't have anything left to do for the day, really. In terms of like homework. My next homework assignment's due a week from today. And I started writing a paper that's due in about 2 weeks, but I could have done a lot more. I had like 3 hours before my next plan. I didn't really do much, which is fine. It's let me do the question of like procrastination or rest. Was I procrastinating, or did I just need rest and I'm being too hard on myself and labeling it procrastination? Do you know what I mean? The sort of unconscious, maybe it truly does need rest. I don't know. After that, headed to my grandparents. My girlfriend, who I haven't mentioned yet, but the journaling, I needed to help her record for a project for one of her classes. At my grandparents, because their kitchen's like straight out of a magazine, and we had recorded there a few weeks ago, and she needed a reshoot for the final draft. Lots of good football games on today, and that's like one of the things that my grandfather and I do well with together is watching football. The SEC championship was on. I didn't watch the earlier games. Couldn't really be bothered. And Alabama beat Georgia, which just completely muddies up the playoff for this year. If you know, you know. As a Michigan fan, you'll know, if you do know, that later I wanted to watch the Big Ten championship, Michigan versus Iowa. We looked pretty trash. I won't lie. We won. Was it 23 or 26 nothing? So you'd say, what's the complaint? Our offense just did not look good, and I know Iowa's defense is good, but definitely some concerns. And if we're ranked number 1 tomorrow and we have to play number 4 Alabama, if that's how it ends up going, I'm scared, man. I'm scared. This I've made a video about Michigan football before. It's really more than just a fandom for me. It's a part of my life. I don't know if that's sad, you know. Does anyone care? I'm not sure. Got some good pizza. That is another question. It's like I definitely do some binge eating. I hadn't eaten that much prior to eating pizza, but I had like some chips and dip. I had pizza. I had an ice cream sandwich. None of those things are good. Absolutely none. There was chicken on the pizza, but I'm kidding myself. None of those things are good, and I definitely do binge eat occasionally, which is something I should probably get under control. But I'm wondering if that's more of like a what's the word? Not unconscious, but something along those lines. I'm wondering if it's something like that. If it's more of a problem that it's hard for me to have any dictation over. That being said, I think I could adjust. Yeah, today didn't do a whole lot. I'm very nervous for that interview on Monday. I asked one of my uncles for some pointers. I asked a client who I helped move some furniture with for some pointers. Just gonna try and be myself. If I don't get it, there'll be more. Yeah, we'll see. Tomorrow I have an all-day shift from 10 to 9, so I open and close as the manager. That should be nice. I don't mind working all day on Sundays. It helps that football is on, and so check my phone every once in a while for fantasy football, and I know I'm making good enough money to justify being somewhere for a whole day. So that's good. Yeah. I wanted to be a bit more cerebral today in my reflection, but it probably doesn't need to be that way all the time, and it's not what's coming to mind right now. Some of that may be down to the fact that I am just genuinely really tired, but today was just today, if that makes sense. Another quite average day. I'm glad Michigan won. That's awesome. Back-to-back Big Ten championships. Spent time with family. So, when you put it in perspective like that, can you ask for more? Yeah, it could always be better, but no, can't really ask for much else. I could have found $1 million, but, But I, didn't like the fact that I procrastinated. I didn't read today at all. Am I being too hard on myself? Probably. I guess I always think about towards the end of my reflection about rating it. Why not? Yesterday was in the mid 5s. So today I'd go a bit higher just because Michigan. We'll go with 6.5. 6.5. It's so foggy out today and the sun hasn't been out for a while. It's definitely just making me bleh. So foggy on the way home tonight. Really bad. Could hardly see, even 10 feet in front of me in the car. But, yeah.